For the seventh year in a row, the Mediterranean diet does it again, ranking #1 on U.S. News and World Report's list of best diets for 2024, beating out 24 other popular diets. And it comes out on top two this year with Forbes Health, BBC, USA Today, Good Housekeeping, and others. So if you want to know why the Mediterranean diet keeps winning and how you could use it to cross your own personal finish line of healthy goals in 2024, whether it's losing weight, managing blood sugar, improving heart health, or just staying a little mentally sharper and in a better mood, just keep watching. It's made up of simple everyday ingredients, nothing fancy, mostly vegetables, mostly plant-based whole foods. The macronutrient split is balanced, with 50 to 55% carbohydrates coming from fruits and vegetables and grains, 30% healthy fats, mostly from olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fish, and 15 to 20% protein from beans, legumes, fish, dairy, poultry, even the occasional portion of red meat. And it's all based on an incredibly healthy diet that people eat every day in the 21 countries surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, including Greece, Turkey, Italy, and a home base in Spain. So there isn't just one Mediterranean diet, but the basics are all the same. When you see it served up on a plate, the typical meal is divided between 1/2 vegetables, 1/4 grain, 1/4 protein, and fruit for dessert. Water is the beverage of choice. Plus, when we could all use a friend in our new healthy way of eating, it helps to know it's budget friendly. No special ingredients, expensive supplements, or high priced prescriptions. It's packed with affordable vegetables, fruits, beans, and grains. Family friendly. It's a great diet at any age and a really easy way to build healthy habits early on. Planet friendly. Since it's mostly plant based, it's really good for the environment and totally sustainable. And speaking of sustainable, I think the single most important reason it's the best diet on the planet, eating this way is personally sustainable too. Once you get onto the basics, you can eat this way for life. It's not a 30-day recipe for yo-yo dieting. And if you want to help my channel stay sustainable, please subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the like button to let me know if I'm doing what it takes to help you out. Just focus mostly on plant-based whole foods. So that means plenty of veggies, fruits, beans, nuts, whole grains, seafood, and lean poultry. If you want to think of it like a to-do list, this is what you should aim for. Fruit, 3 servings per day. Vegetables, at least 3 servings a day. Whole grain and starchy veggies, 3 servings a day. Extra virgin olive oil, at least 1 tablespoon, but not more than 4 per day. Legumes, 3 servings a week. Fish, 2 to 3 servings a week. Nuts and seeds, 3 servings per week. Poultry, dairy, and cheese, 2 to 3 servings per week. Eggs, 4 per week. Red meat and sweets, 2 to 3 servings a month. This is pretty easy. As best you can, steer clear of or at least limit saturated animal-based fats like red meat, butter, and heavy cream, ultra-processed foods like processed meats, processed cheeses, and snack foods, refined grains like white bread and white rice, packaged foods that have added sugars and sodium like bottled salad dressings, soups, and sauces, sugary soft drinks, and alcohol. And one of my favorite pet peeves, any packaged foods marketed as Mediterranean that are just dreamed up by marketers trying to sell you high-priced, low-quality stuff that's probably not all that healthy. You don't need it. If you need a few ideas about getting started, just get going with any one of these things, then make a personal goal to add another one every week. Just add an extra vegetable or two and start with your favorites so you have one less roadblock. One of my favorite new tricks, every morning set out 5 fruits or vegetables you're going to eat and commit to making sure they're gone by the end of the day. Don't overwhelm yourself with complicated recipes, just keep it super simple. Grill or saute a piece of chicken or fish. Start with canned beans and work your way up to using dried beans. Cook up a batch of simple whole grains like quinoa or rice. Prep a handful of healthy greens, veggies, and fruits as soon as you get home and have them at the ready in the fridge. Use olive oil as your main source of healthy fat. I know it can be pricey, but please, please, just buy at least 1 bottle of decent extra virgin olive oil and put it out where you can grab it every day. but not next to the stove. Heat, light, and oxygen are enemies of olive oil. And remember, this is a replacement for the saturated fats you might have been using, not in addition to. It might be tough to get started with this, so just go for the healthiest and easiest to prepare. Salmon or white cod. I often just sprinkle fillets with a little seasoning and I pop them in the air fryer or in a saute pan. And they're all done along with the vegetables in about 10 minutes flat. Changing old habits is really hard to do, but start thinking about meat as a side dish, not the main. Shrink the portion so that it can fit in this part of the plate, and think of it as a special treat for special nights. Your body and your budget will thank you. Another tip you might have heard me mention recently, put out enough water to cover you for the day, like 8 glasses, all around the house and all within arm's reach. Whatever works for you and your budget. Start with a walk around the block, join a gym, or a kickboxing or a yoga class. And if you want a simple cheat sheet to keep these ideas in mind, you can download my free PDF that explains the details of the diet and how to follow it in the link below. Out of my control? Never. One of the hardest things about changing the way you eat is trying to do it when the forces around you don't make it easy, like when you're out at a restaurant or you're a guest at somebody's house. But you can make a few little choices that are always within your control. Ask the wait person for water first and decline the bread basket and that little plate of butter. Pass over the entrees on the menu. You can order a great meal just out of the starters, the salads, and the side dishes. Plus, you're bound to save some money doing it. If you order a salad, ask for oil and vinegar for your dressing, and definitely dress the salad yourself. If the restaurant is best known for its meat and potatoes or pasta dishes, ask for half orders. In Spain, we call a half portion media ración, and it's really common in restaurants here. Or better yet, share an entree with a friend. And when you're a guest in someone's home or at a party, bring something healthy to share and wait 20 minutes before reaching for seconds. These days, many hosts will ask you if you have any special diet needs, and don't feel uncomfortable telling them about your new journey. Just be proud of it. You might even inspire them to join you too. Despite all the proof, I know there's still a lot of confusion about the Mediterranean diet. Let's set the record straight on a few of the biggest misperceptions and separate fact from fiction. The Mediterranean diet is high fat and high carb. Nope. Research puts it squarely in the moderate fat category, not high fat. And by the way, fats are one of the 3 macronutrients your body needs to function, along with carbs and protein. The best way to include them in the mix is to enjoy healthy mono and polyunsaturated fats from olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fish. Can't eat potatoes, bread, pasta, rice, or meat. No, 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 and no. All of these ingredients are common ingredients in the Mediterranean diet. Healthy whole grain options are best, and red meat is okay on an occasional basis. Must avoid low-fat dairy. It's true that some packaged non-fat or low-fat dairy products just replace the fats with sugars or other additives, so make sure you read the label and avoid those. But you can find options that are lower in saturated fats and perfectly healthy as well. It's expensive? No, it's affordable. The origins of the diet came from humble peasant food, and it's still based on lower-cost ingredients like beans, legumes, seasonal veggies, fruits, potatoes, rice, and pasta. No out-of-the-ordinary fancy ingredients required. Must drink wine. Absolutely not a requirement. Just an option. Take it or leave it. Entirely up to you. A glass a day is a-okay if you're so inclined. And if you have other questions, I have a separate video that addresses the 12 most common questions about this diet you might find fun to watch. There's a bunch of reasons why you might be looking into the Mediterranean diet. Did your doctor suggest it? Have you heard about it in the news? Have you tried other diets that didn't work because they just were way too hard to stick with? I know you can achieve what you set out to do this year because there's just no real barriers you can't break through. So join me on this healthy journey in 2024 as we explore the best diet in the world together and discover how easy it is to start with and stick with for the long term, how flexible it is to suit your goals and your tastes, and how affordable it is so that you can maintain a healthy budget too. See you in the next video.